Let's be honest. How many times have you exhausted yourself chasing a woman, trying to prove your worth, trying to win her heart? And where did it get you? Disrespected, overlooked, maybe even ghosted. But here's the shift no one teaches. The moment you stop chasing her, is the moment she starts chasing you. Not out of manipulation, but because your energy, confidence, and self-respect become magnetic. This is the transformation from boy to man, from approval seeker to high value, leader, from follower to prize. If you're tired of chasing and ready to become the man she can't help but pursue, here are 5 truths you need to understand. In any area of life, what's easily available is rarely valued. The same principle applies in dating. When you're always texting her first, constantly asking to see her, always ready to drop everything for her attention, you become emotionally cheap. Not because you lack worth, but because you've made yourself too accessible. And just like anything that's abundant, she begins to take your presence for granted. It's not always intentional, but when someone knows you're always there, they stop feeling the urgency to invest in keeping you. Scarcity creates value. When you pull back and stop offering your time and energy so freely, she starts to notice the shift. The space you leave behind makes her feel something she didn't before. Your absence. That's when curiosity grows. She begins to wonder what changed, what you're focused on, and why you're not chasing anymore. And that mystery builds attraction. It forces her to pay attention in a way she didn't when you were always in her inbox. This doesn't mean playing games or disappearing to manipulate her emotions. It means you respect your time and your energy. You stop giving to someone who doesn't reciprocate. You create distance not out of bitterness, but out of self-worth. And in doing so, you flip the dynamic. Now, instead of her feeling secure in your constant pursuit, she feels the need to earn your attention. She starts asking questions, initiating contact, trying to re-engage with the man who used to chase her. Why? Because you became the rare thing, the man with options, the man who doesn't overextend himself to get noticed. And in a world full of men who chase without boundaries, your restraint becomes your power. And suddenly, the chase reverses. People often forget that communication isn't just verbal. Your energy speaks before you even say a word. When you interact with a woman, she can sense everything: your neediness, your confidence, your insecurity, or your calm detachment. You don't have to say, "I need you," for her to feel it. If your energy is anxious, overly eager, or trying too hard to impress, it comes through in your body language, tone, and actions. And whether she realizes it consciously or not, she reacts to it. The problem is, neediness repels. When you radiate the feeling that you need her to validate you, to complete you, or to choose you, she instinctively pulls back. But the moment your energy shifts, when you show up fully present, grounded in yourself and emotionally unbothered by her reactions, she feels that too. Now she's dealing with a man who isn't emotionally dependent, a man who doesn't seek permission to feel confident. That kind of presence is rare, and it draws people in. Women don't chase words, they chase energy. When your vibe says, "I'm good either way," it triggers curiosity and interest. She starts wondering why you're different, why you're not reacting like most guys, and what makes you so composed. This kind of energy comes from doing the inner work, from building a life, developing your confidence, and removing your emotional dependence on her responses. When you stop needing her to respond a certain way, you take all your power back. You become the man in control of himself, which naturally draws others toward you. And the beauty is, you don't need to announce this transformation. She'll feel it the moment you walk into the room. Your silence, your eye contact, your posture, it all communicates one thing: you are the prize now. There's something undeniably magnetic about a man who is deeply focused on his purpose. When your life is centered around your mission, whether it's building a business, mastering a craft, getting in shape, or creating something meaningful, you move differently. You're not constantly checking your phone for her reply. You're not rearranging your entire schedule to get her attention. You're busy building. And that focus is attractive in a way words can't explain. It shows that you have direction, ambition, and most importantly, self-respect. Women are drawn to men who are driven, not because of what those men can offer, materially, but because purpose gives a man a powerful energy. It creates momentum. When you wake up each day with intention, it shows in how you carry yourself. You walk with confidence, you speak with clarity, and you don't need to chase anyone, because you're already moving towards something bigger than any single person. That energy naturally draws people in, especially women. The truth is, she doesn't want to be your entire world. That kind of pressure actually pushes people away. What she really wants is to feel inspired by the man she's with. She wants to feel like she's joining a powerful journey, not becoming your only reason for existing. And ironically, when she sees you committed to something greater than her, that's when she starts to chase. Because now, she realizes she has to earn a place beside you. You're not standing still waiting to be chosen. You're already in motion. And being with a man who's in motion, who's got vision and fire, is far more exciting than being with someone who's stuck, stagnant, and emotionally dependent. Purpose turns you into a magnet. It sets the standard. And the right women will chase that standard when they see it. Setting clear boundaries is one of the most powerful ways to build respect in any relationship. When you're constantly saying yes to everything she wants or tolerating disrespect just to keep the peace, you send the message that your limits don't matter. And when your limits don't matter, your value decreases in her eyes. Respect isn't something you demand. It's something you earn by showing you won't settle for less than you deserve. By saying no when something doesn't feel right, you demonstrate that you have standards. Whether it's refusing to engage when she's being unfair, walking away from drama, or simply protecting your time and energy, boundaries show that you are in control of your life. And women are naturally drawn to men who lead themselves well. When you protect your peace, you create emotional safety for both of you. You're no longer a pushover or someone who's desperate to please. You're a man who knows his worth and isn't afraid to stand up for it. It might seem counterintuitive, but showing her that you're willing to lose her if she disrespects you actually pulls her closer. Why? Because confidence is magnetic. When you're not afraid of losing her, you take away the pressure she might have felt from your chasing. You flip the script and place yourself in a position of strength. This creates a new dynamic where she feels motivated to meet you halfway rather than taking you for granted. Boundaries are about self-respect first, and attraction follows naturally. When you enforce your limits with calmness and consistency, you communicate that you value yourself, and that kind of self-value is irresistible. It changes the game, making her want to chase you because she sees a man who won't settle for less than he deserves. Growth is the ultimate game changer in any relationship dynamic. When you focus on improving yourself, whether it's your mindset, skills, health, or emotional intelligence, you become a man who naturally commands attention. This kind of transformation doesn't happen overnight, and it's not about showing off or trying to impress anyone. It's about becoming the best version of yourself for your own sake. When you invest in yourself, you develop a quiet confidence that can't be faked or ignored. As you grow, you no longer rely on her validation or approval to feel worthy. Your happiness and self-esteem come from within, and that independence makes you far more attractive. Women are drawn to men who are constantly evolving because it shows strength, resilience, and a refusal to settle for mediocrity. Growth signals that you have ambition and discipline, qualities that suggest you can handle life's challenges and be a strong partner. When she notices your progress, whether it's in how you carry yourself, how you speak, or the new things you're achieving, it naturally shifts her perspective. She sees you not as someone stuck in the past or dependent on her attention, but as a man moving forward with purpose. This shift often makes her want to chase you because you've become someone she respects and admires. Importantly, this growth shouldn't be about trying to get her back or proving something to her. It's about proving to yourself that you're enough. When you embody that mindset, the chase reverses. You become the prize, not the pursuer. Growth changes the game because it transforms your energy and your presence, and that transformation is impossible to ignore. In the end, becoming the best version of yourself makes you unstoppable, and that's when she starts chasing you. You were never meant to chase endlessly. You were meant to rise. Let her come to you. Not because you played a game, but because you became the kind of man who no longer has to.